Today we're going to talk about the major scale. I'm just going to kind of tell you some reasons why I think you should learn the major scale. The first reason you should learn the major scale is because it's the basic foundation of most of the music that you know and most of the music that you listen to or play. So we'll talk about what the major scale is. The major scale is a pattern of whole steps and half steps. The pattern is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. The easiest way to know what a whole step or a half step is on the guitar is a whole step is one fret, skip a fret to the next fret. A half step is from one fret to the next fret. So two half steps equal one whole step. So again, the pattern, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So if we start on a note C, we go up a whole step to D, another whole step to E, a half step to F, whole step to G, whole step to A, whole step to B, and then finally a half step to C. So we end up where we started. So that's totally wrong. So if we play it in a different position, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or you could play it here, C, we could play it here, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We can keep going. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We can keep going here. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C is the highest fret on my guitar. Electric guitars might have higher frets than this. Most classical guitars don't have higher than a C. I think acoustic guitars can have a D. I think that's as high as that one goes. Anyway, this is a major scale. Maybe it sounds familiar. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You might know that from The Sound of Music, or you may have heard it somewhere, but that's the solfege system that we use to represent major scales. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You don't really have to know that to know the major scale. So we can make a major scale out of any note. So if we take this one, A, we go A, whole step to B, whole step to C sharp, half step to D, whole step to E, whole step to F sharp, whole step to G sharp, and half step to A. If you don't land on the note that you started, something's wrong. So we can play that A here. Same notes. No, sorry. Why did I do that again? So those are the same exact notes as this, in the same octave. Okay. So when you take the major scale, you can get all the chords that we play in a song. So if we go back to the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, from that we get C major. We can get this chord by building thirds. C, D, E. E is a third, E, F, G. G is the other third. So one third, C to E, another third, E to G. Gives us C, E, G. A C chord. So all a C chord is just the notes C, E, G repeated. E, C, E, G, C, E. So that's a C chord. So from this C C major, we get the C chord, we can get the F chord, F, A, C, F, G, A, F, A, B, C, C, F, A, C, F, A, C. If you play it like this, F, C, F, A, C, F. So we have C, F. Next, G, G, B, D, G, A, B, B, C, D, G, B, D gives us the G chord, G, B, D, G, B, G. So only the notes G, B, D. So then we have C, F, G, C. You've probably played that before in maybe 100 different songs. But the way we got that, we got it from the C major scale. That's where it came from. We can also get chords like A minor, A, C, E. So all these notes, C, E, G, F, A, C, G, B, D, A, C, E, A minor, they're all in the C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. There's no sharps, no flats. That's how we get these chords. A minor. So there's also a few other chords in that scale, but we won't talk about it too much. I'll do one more. So G major scale. G, whole step to A, whole step to B, half step to C, whole step to D, whole step to E, whole step to F sharp, half step to G. So we have a sharp there, F sharp. So if we build a G chord, G, B, D, that gives us the G major, G, A, B, B, C, D, G, B, D, G major chord. And then we can get a C chord. And then also, we have this new chord here. If we go D, E, F sharp, because there's an F sharp in the G major scale, F sharp, G, A, D, F sharp, A, then we get this. D, A, D, F sharp. You can also play that A in there too if you want. So we have the D major chord. So you probably used this progression or heard this one before. C, D, G, G, C. So we get that from the G major scale. So this is the first reason why you need to learn a major scale, because it's the foundation of all the music, almost all the music that you probably know, maybe all the music you know. So another reason why you want to learn the major scale is for technique practices or technical practices. So a really good one is this 2-octave major scale. So let's do G major, like we talked about just a second ago. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Then we keep going. A, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So 2 octaves of G major. Now we go back down. So we can take this and then we can do this magical thing where we move it up a half step, and now we have the A flat major scale or G sharp major scale. And we move it up another half step, A major. Do this, and then I'll do variations of this. this with your fingers or a pick if you'd rather. Okay, so for a pick, I would do, you could start with all downs, but I like to do this with down up. Okay, also, when I do this major scale, I was told in the beginning by my teacher to play 4 times on each note when you start. So I like doing it this way because, especially if I'm new to learning the scale, it gives me time to think about, okay, which finger goes next, which fret do I play next, which finger do I use? And of course I'd go much slower than this if I was just learning the scale. You could do the same thing with a pick, down, up, on each. After you've gotten comfortable playing this and you can play it perfectly 4 times on each note, then go to 2 times. And then of course 1 time. So when you're doing this, I would highly recommend using a metronome. So maybe put it about 40, or maybe, well, starting out probably 40 is good, and then try to play eighth notes, or you could even do quarter notes first. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. This is probably the speed I would go if I was just learning the scale. Okay, it takes a while to get through it at this speed, but it's very helpful to do it this way. And then as you progress, you can do eighth notes, so 2 notes for each click. Sorry, that was only 2 times, but you do the same thing with 4 times. Also stop right here and just do 1 octave and then go back down if you don't want to do the full 2 octaves. Okay, and then once you get past that, you can try 4 notes per beat. And then of course only 2 notes per note, 2 times per note, then 1. exercise, and I'd probably move up to the next fret and do the same thing. And then move up to the next one. And then slowly pick up the tempo. So after you've got this major scale pretty solid, then we can use this major scale for improvising. But let's say we have these chords: G major, C, D, G. So if you remember earlier, we got those chords from the G major scale. So because we got those from the G major scale, we can use the G major scale to come up with a solo to play over there. It'd be helpful if I had a recording of G, C, D, G. And I'm not going to magically play one right now and play over. But what we can do, I'll kind of show you. Just playing the G major scale, the notes from the G major scale, and because I've practiced it so much, I can change up the order and make some kind of music with that. It's a good tool to use for improvising, and that works on any style of music. So any of the chords that I get from the G major scale, I can use the G major scale to improvise. Okay, so why do this? Well, I don't know. That's some of the good reasons that I can think of to learn the major scale and add it to your practice routine. I know it doesn't really make a lot of sense why this would help you in other areas, but I guarantee if you practice this major scale every day and try to play it faster, more correctly, just a little bit each day, it's going to really help in all aspects of your playing. And if you learn this, you can use it as a tool. If you really get it into your hands correctly, you can use it as a tool to help you do so many other things, like alternate pick better, or if you're doing fingerstyle, maybe a different type of fingering. Maybe tremolo. Or you can do something where you try to keep your fingers close to the string. There are many exercises and many things we can do and use this scale to work on, and eventually I'll tell you some more, but try to get this major scale down, and I hope you see some of the value in learning it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and who knows what topic I'll talk about next time, but I'm looking forward to sharing with you. Thanks.